Commence primary ignition.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Life of Lightspeed podcast. My name is Colin,
and I'm Brooke,
and we are here to talk about
Star Wars. Yeah, I think.
So for this week for news, there's not that much, but
another little slow week, little cute week, little chillaxing fall week.
Yeah, but before we get started, we wanted to say a couple of things. This weekend is Rhode Island Comic-Con. We have a lot of people from the Virtual Cantina Network over there. So if you're over at Rhode Island Comic-Con, go over there and say hi. Not only that, we got Grand Rapids Comic-Con next weekend.
Oh, I'm so stoked. Would you believe Colin and I have been back in Michigan for 3 years, right? Has it been 3 already?
Yeah.
Holy smokes. I have not been able to go to Grand Rapids Comic-Con where I live since we've been back. I've had something that weekend for the past 3 years. So I am so excited to be there.
You've been very, very busy. So yeah, no, we are very excited for Grand Rapids Comic-Con. We'll be doing some giveaways over there for us and some interviews as well. So stay tuned for that. Also, if you haven't yet, go follow us on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. We've been posting a lot of interviews that I've done with a couple of celebrities from the past.
They're very cool.
Yes, very insightful. I just posted one that I did at San Diego Comic-Con when I went with Countdown City Geeks. Shout out to them. And I had the chance to talk to one of my childhood heroes, Matt Lanter, and I posted that interview, and it's doing well. And
he had a very interesting thing to say. So you're going to have to go.
Yeah.
Go find it, watch it, love it.
There you go. Go and check it out. But for news-wise, there is Matt Smith. He's getting ready to film for Starfighter. This isn't big news, but we wanted to talk about what his role possibly could be. What do you think his role could be?
Gosh, it is hard to say, but I will say, since they said he's just going to start filming here in December and they've already been filming for a while, I can't imagine it's going to be like a ton of screen time. Yeah. So like, I don't want to say like not a prominent role, but not a lot of screen time. That's my guess. Like you would think that they'd already have like quite a bit going.
Well, he's set up to be the next antagonist. So
that is a very interesting thing that he's not starting until so much later.
He could be an alien
than everyone else,
and he could be recording the lines. He could be
You think he's been doing like some voice work on the side, and now this is him, like he's gonna do like some motion capture?
Yeah, he could be in a motion capture suit. Yeah, I was gonna say it's Star Wars, so it's possible.
That is possible because they didn't really specify. They just said filming.
Yeah, and Starfighter takes place after the sequels, but the thing with that is that we don't know, exactly what the whole plot is. We know it's not a direct sequel to the sequel, so it's not Star Wars Episode 10 or anything like that.
Which I gotta say, I am looking forward to. Like, I love the Skywalker saga. Obviously, it's what started it all. But I enjoy the little spin-off things that we've been getting, and I don't want them to like exhaust that like Skywalker timeline too much, where it just feels like they've stretched it too thin. We're just like, okay, we're done, we're bored. So I love that they're kind of like branching off, because like the world of Star Wars is the galaxy of Star Wars, right? It's ginormous. There's like endless possibilities of what they could do. So I love that they're they're continuing to do that so that we can keep getting more and more Star Wars.
The other thing too is that with those spin-offs, a lot of them do very, very well. I like, for example, there was Solo. That movie wasn't, something that the fans were expecting. It wasn't like a very necessary film. In my point of view, at the time when I heard about it, I was like, they're basing this movie off of that one line from A New Hope, which is, this is the ship that made the Kessel Run less than 12 parsecs. The movie was great. The movie was fantastic. We learned more, we learned more backstory for Chewie, for Lando, for Han, the Falcon, all of it, and all the Easter eggs were great. All the droids were great. So yeah, it was fantastic, and you never know what you will get with these types of movies and how they will connect, even though it's not like a direct connection. And same thing with Rogue One, even though it does go directly into A New Hope, but it wasn't, here's Luke Skywalker, here's Darth Vader, even though the coolest scene, like, in there was, to me, will be the Darth Vader one. I love
Vader
that
hallway scene.
I remember the entire audience was just like on the edge of their seat when,
well, I mean, we just got to see him in his glory, right? He's just like cutting everybody down.
Yeah.
That was a cool scene.
Yeah. And then also for, some actor news, you have some people have been announced for the Mando and Grogu. One is Hemki Madrea, and he is not a stranger to the Mandalorian Grogu. He was in season 3 of The Mandalorian, and he played an Imperial warlord. Now, what does that mean exactly for his return? That Imperial warlord was in a meeting with a bunch of other Imperial warlords, including Moff Gideon, and
which makes sense.
Yep, and General Hux's father as well. So there is a lot of potential of what that could mean. My guess is that we'll have another meeting with those Imperial warlords, or he might be just a side character. But I could see Moff Gideon having some type of return. The last time we saw him on screen, they were talking about the return of Thrawn, so we could have some type of cameo from Thrawn in there. But yeah, I was going to say there is a lot of potential.
Well, yeah, I mean, Thrawn's back.
Yeah.
So what's he up to? Yeah, we could very well get a cameo. Do you think we'll see a little bit of the beginning of the First Order?
I'm hoping that we've been getting hints in there. I mean,
sure, but do I like at the very, like, when they start calling themselves the First Order, and like maybe when they finally like organize themselves, because I feel like that's something that I really missed when I watched Force Awakens. Is I was like, where did this new bad guy, as we'll call him, come from? Just like they just kind of like there they were, and we had like absolutely no backstory. So that was a little jarring for me. So I would love to see kind of like, obviously we know that they kind of like evolved from the Empire, but like how?
I think it's kind of early on in the timeline for them to start calling themselves the First Order. I think they're still getting their bearings together and kind of figuring out of what their next move is. I think that's why at this point in the timeline that they're not, being like, hey, like, we're the First Order.
Yeah.
And this is what's going on. And I think we're getting there. I think we're a tiny bit further out, but I think we're getting there, because I think the end of the whole entire timeline with Ahsoka and the Mandalorian and everything, I think it will lead directly into Force Awakens. I don't know.
I would agree with
that's going to be.
Yep.
This is a big time gap, because the entire Mandoverse and stuff happening with Ahsoka and Book of Boba Fett is taking place during that 30-year time gap from Return of the Jedi all the way to Force Awakens. And that's a long time to cover. So, I still want to see Luke get his Jedi school together. I want to see, young Ben Solo, which everyone wants. So I think that we're getting there. We're not there yet, but we're getting there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And Life Day is around the corner.
Your favorite holiday.
It is one of my favorite holidays. I treat it like Christmas. And it's kind of fitting because today they actually dropped like our first official look at Chewie in his Life Day robe.
He looks so cute.
Holding a Life Day orb at the Disney parks over at Disneyland and Disney World.
Yeah, I love that they're doing it in both. They have a tendency to drop stuff in land first and then kind of like see how it goes and then drop it in world. And as we're closer to world and that's where we go to more often, so sometimes it's hard. I see Disneyland get all the cool things and I'm like, bring it to world.
So but this time around Disney World is going to have it a lot longer than what Disneyland is going to have it, because for Disney World over Hollywood Studios, they are doing it for Jollywood Nights. That is
that makes sense.
And then for California, they're mainly doing it for actual Life Day, which is on November 17th, and not as long as Jollywood, but yeah.
So. Do they have Chewie walking around just during the day in studios, or is it just for Jollywood Nights?
I think it's just for Jollywood Nights.
Well, that's kind of a bummer.
Well, I mean, you have to think they have to do a some type of event where it will be exclusive for those guests that will want to go to Jollywood Nights.
That's fair. I'm just like, I want to see
him. Well, I'm gonna be dressing up as Chewie at
okay.
Comic-Con, where I'm gonna
the we have Chewie at home.
How dare you?
I'm kidding.
You know my Chewie. That's awesome.
No, your Chewie is fantastic.
No. But yeah, and so for the Life Day, before you met me, you really never did anything with
no, because I knew 0% about the holiday special. I didn't really know what it was, why it was, nothing. And I met you and you made me watch it. And I thought I was on drugs or something because I was like, I don't understand why they made it. Again, I had the same why, what questions, just in a different format. Yeah, that was a trip.
And so many great things actually came out of that. Out of the holiday special, because there was a lot of inspiration for the Mandalorian from the holiday special. Because if you look at Din Djarin's appearance of the same pulse rifle and a bunch of different things, we actually get a lot of hints of that in the Mandalorian, especially in season 1.
Well, also it was the first time we got a glimpse of Boba Fett, yeah? Like that was his first ever appearance was the holiday special.
Yeah. And ever since we got that first appearance, this whole culture of Mandos has just kind of taken over the world.
Yeah. I mean, their design is just so cool, right?
They are so cool.
I think that's why like Boba Fett was just he was such a fan favorite, because like when I watched it, like yeah, he looked super cool, but in my opinion, like in the original trilogy, he didn't really do anything.
He looked cool.
No, exactly. That's my thing, is that he looked so cool that that's where his like following came from.
Yeah.
But he actually really didn't do a whole lot.
And not only that, I think my love for Chewie and that whole culture came from like of watching the movies growing up of the original trilogy. It was really cool, but then when I got older and someone was like, hey, have you ever seen the holiday special? I was like, what is that exactly? And I remember going on YouTube and finding it, because it is not on Disney Plus. They have a portion of it on, which is the animated short where we're introduced to Boba Fett, but the actual full thing of the holiday special you can't find anywhere to buy. But if you go on YouTube, the whole thing is on
you can
there.
find it.
Yeah.
But I think they knew it was something else, and so I think they tried to bury it.
Yeah. And I just love that of the first like 20 minutes of the actual special is Chewie's family like growling at each other. There's no subtitles. There's nothing of
Well,
it.
you don't speak Wookiee?
I speak Shriwook. You back off. Of course I
Oh.
do. But I'm just saying, at the time when I watched it, I was like, what's going on here? What's well, what is this? And your reaction was priceless because this was when we first started dating. So
Yeah.
I remember just kind of, of that scene from how I met your mother, of where Ted and Marshall are in the other room while Stella is watching Star Wars for the first time. It was like that because I was just kind of peeking around the corner while she was watching it. She was like, this like might determine like if she's actually like interested in me. And sure enough, she came around the corner and was like, it was weird, but I liked it. And I was like, okay, all right. But yeah, so every year, November 17th I treat that day like Christmas. We always have a big gathering here because that day always follows around the time of Grand Rapids Comic Con. Grand Rapids Comic Con is such a great convention too, not just because it's in our hometown, but it's kind of that was one of my first in-person introductions to the 501st. So that was a huge deal for me. So the fact that I get to go back to it every year, and I get to go with some incredible people, and we're also going to be having a charity aspect of it over at the Great Lakes Garrison booth as well. We'll be posting those details soon, but yeah, it's such a fun con, and D. Bradley Baker is going to be there, so that's awesome. Super pumped for that. But yeah, and then for Hayden, he's doing great. He is like an inchworm, and
Oh yeah.
he
He's moving. He's
yeah,
not like crawling yet. He's like doing that army crawl thing. But that boy can move and he's fast.
yeah. He was crawling in his sleep the other night,
Yeah,
and
he fights sleep
yeah,
even in his sleep.
yeah.
He doesn't want to go down.
No, he turns 6 months
In a couple weeks.
in a couple of weeks. Yeah,
Mm,
and he's getting there.
half of a year.
He is smiling nonstop. He's such a happy kid. We are very, very lucky. But yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, that's really it for news this week.
No, you're forgetting the loth cat.
Over
The big our time has come. Anyone who has wanted to be a loth cat parent, now is the time.
well, I mean, people have done different 3D models
well,
and stuff
yeah,
like
okay,
that, but this is
alright.
the official.
This
like,
is the
Disney
like
parks.
official Disney parks, whatever. Yeah, Disney Parks is dropping a loth cat toy. I think it's like kind of animatronic in a way, isn't it? Like you can
Yeah.
like pet it and it kind of moves a bit. It looks super cute. I am blanking on what day they said that was going to drop. Was it Life Day?
Yes, I
Yeah.
believe so. Yeah.
So that's their Life Day present to us.
Yeah. And again, if you've never experienced Life Day, going to Galaxy's Edge on Life Day is actually really, really cool. People love to
It's such a
really
niche
get in the
thing.
spirit.
Yeah. It's fun to see the people you know who the
Yeah.
deep cut people are when you see them all dressed up for Life Day. You're like, ah.
I think one of my favorite costumes that I ever saw of someone actually wearing to the park, and I was just blown away, was I'm blanking on their name. It's the one alien that has they have a cooking show, and Chewie's wife is watching
yeah,
it,
yeah.
and she's like, doing the cooking stuff, and someone actually wore that costume into the park, like full makeup,
Star
full
Wars
hair,
fans are
had
incredible.
4 arms.
That's amazing.
It was fantastic. And yeah, so if you never celebrated Life Day before, do your research on it. You can find the full holiday special on YouTube. It's very, very cool. I love this holiday so much, and I can't wait to celebrate it with a bunch of our friends
Yep.
next weekend. So yeah. Um If you haven't yet, go to virtualcantinanetwork.com. Go and see all of the upcoming events. Again, we will be at Grown Ups Comic Con.
Yes,
we'll be doing
look for us. Say hi.
Yeah.
We're friendly people.
Yeah.
We don't bite.
And we'll also be doing some giveaways as well.
We will.
And over at Rhode Island Comic Con, once again, we have Spencer and the team over at Virtual Cantina Network. They're over there right now. So go and check them out. Yeah. Is there anything that you want to, say?
Nah.
Any words of wisdom?
Words of wisdom from me? Always brush your teeth. I don't know.
Good hygiene. There you go.
I don't know, man.
All right. Well, from myself and Brooke, thank you so much for listening. And we will not be going on a normal Friday next week. We will be announcing when, just because we're going to be at Grown Ups Comic Con. So stay tuned for our upcoming live stream.
Because we know you're going to miss us.
Yeah. But hey, if you want, just come to the convention.
Just come. You can see us in person.
Yeah. With that being said, may the force be with you.
Forever and always.